Hi, welcome to our first webinar of 2026. We're here to talk to you about design trends for this year. So just to introduce ourselves, let's get these slides up. My name is Hannah. I'm the head of content here at Entice, and this is Adam, our senior designer. And he's been doing his research the past couple of weeks, so he's going to start talking you through what he thinks is going to be big for this year. So, go.
Yeah, so this is all about as Hannah said, about design trends 2026. And I just wanted to sort of start off this presentation with
caution.
Yeah, just a use with caution, basically. That's before we talk about what's coming next. So design trends can be exciting, and they give us sort of inspiration and momentum and a sense of what's current, but they do come with a little bit of a risk. Some people tend to follow design trends and use them a little bit too literally, and that can end up dating work a little bit. And you know, when you see certain design trends from a few years ago, you can really pinpoint what year that piece of design is from.
Definitely.
It's used with caution, and also make sure it's actually right for the client.
Yeah, I guess so many people, you can get sort of carried away, can't you, and start doing stuff that absolutely isn't right for your brand. And if you've ever been to any of our webinars before, I am always very much brand first, quality over quantity, and don't do something if it isn't right for you.
Yeah, exactly. And it's, instead of chasing trends, I think it's important to see how those trends actually serve your brand message, and whether they're actually right for that client is more important than, you know, them looking current.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, so our first one.
So our first sort of theme is all about the rise of AI.
Oh, yeah, you can't really do any webinar now without mentioning AI. Sorry.
Yeah, so that comes with, you know, a little bit of caution again, and it sort of touches on the rise of sort of surrealism as well. So we've got AI-driven image generation. It's fundamentally changed how visuals are created.
Even in the past year, I think we've gone from having, I mean, you still do get like 8 fingers sometimes, but we've gone from that being the norm, really.
Yeah. And it's just sort of speeded up the process as well. You know, stuff that animations, especially, that could have taken days, now are taking 10 minutes, under an hour.
Yeah.
And as a result of that, we've seen a strong pull towards like realism and strange, what realism is. It's strange proportions and impossible materials.
Yeah, everything looking a bit uncanny valley.
A little bit dreamy, a little bit unfamiliar. So it's really good because it sort of breaks expectation, and it stops the scroll and invites interpretation and things like that. But it's also, AI is becoming a lot more recognizable, so you can sort of tell that sort of really glossy AI look that has that sort of uncanny valley sort of feel about it.
Yeah, I think you can. It's easier and easier to spot them now, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. So just some examples. So AI can be used as a really nice tool for this sort of surreal AI generated static graphics that I feel on the left here. It's really nice. It serves a purpose. But we can also see that it's got some really clever applications as well within marketing. So on the top right here, we've got Nike ran a campaign for Serena Williams. So she is playing her 27th and final year of tennis.
Yeah, what a queen.
Yeah, exactly. So they thought, what a nice way to sort of celebrate that by generating Serena as she is now, and Serena as when she very started playing tennis.
Oh, that's cool.
And they had her playing against each other to show how her game sort of evolved.
And how she's evolved as well.
Exactly, yeah. So it's like a really nice way of using AI, not just as a crutch for lack of creativity. It's really nice application of.
Yeah, and that's how it should be used as well. And I keep banging on. It's like, if you use AI for anything, writing articles, and like all of that, it's always going to sound mundane. Like, you need that initial thought, that initial creativity. AI is only as good as your brief and what you input into it. Your idea has to come first to have any chance of sort of standing out.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
that's sort of the cautionary.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it is a tool. It's not something we should shy away from. It's something that can and should be used, but it's just how we use that.
Yeah,
it's the application of that.
Definitely.
So another one is Heinz here. Had a really, really clever marketing piece where they basically generate these bottles of ketchup. And I actually tested this myself, and I went into, I think it was Midjourney, and said, generate me some branded bottles of ketchup. And 3 out of 4 of them looked like a Heinz bottle. So they've noticed that, and they've gone, look how recognizable our brand is. Even AI, when you ask it just to generate a bottle of ketchup,
that's what
it'll come up with Heinz.
I mean, to be fair, that's what you think about, isn't it?
Yeah, because it's just so synonymous with ketchup, tomato sauce, whatever you want to call it, red sauce.
Northern there.
Yeah. And then lastly, we've got this. It's from Virgin Voyage, and it's called. It uses JLo, and it's called Gen AI. So she's a brand ambassador, so she completely bought into this, and they basically used her image and generated loads of different versions of JLo to use customizable messages. So say if you wanted to get friends and family to book a cruise, you could put these prompts into their website and it would generate JLo saying specifically to them, can we go to, I don't know, Mauritius, or can we go to Greece or wherever?
That sounds great. I would use that.
And you've got JLo convincing,
There you go. If I ever need to convince them on a holiday from my husband, there you go. Sorted.
And then this is like another part of the cautionary tale where it's sort of
the Coke advert,
it's just been used, cost cutting. It's
many a debate in the office.
Yeah, it's sort of devoid of any emotion, and it's just not what I remember from the
Coca-Cola ads. And the ironic, it says real magic at the end.
And it just has, it's just emotionless, it's glossy, it's flat, and it is still in the realms of that uncanny valley as well.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. I think it's kind of lost the original. It was never Christmas until you saw that advert on TV, and I don't even remember looking for it.
Yeah,
anymore.
Exactly. So, and there's so many examples of this as well. There's, I think there's a McDonald's ad that was all about Christmas, and it looks so odd.
Yeah.
And you don't know what the story is, you don't know what the message is. It just looks like they've just run it through.
Yeah, it's just been churned.
Exactly, yeah.
And that's what you want to avoid with sort of your creativity. You want to stand out, and because AI is accessible to anyone, you really need something extra to be able to stand out with it, don't you?
Exactly, yeah. And sort of with that AI as well, we've seen a lot of pushback. So the next sort of theme is sort of based on that pushback, and it's things that are grounded in real.
Yeah, the exact opposite.
The exact opposite. So with that, we've seen a lot of like handcrafted stuff. As sort of like a counter movement, and with that as well comes a lot of like naive design. So it's all about being a bit more expressive, showing the imperfect, being a little bit more human, to show like personality and a little bit of emotion, and showing that humanistic side of what a lot of the time are quite big companies, quite big cold companies. They have that human side which permeates through their brand. And we're just seeing a rise of work that feels a little bit more like naive and tactile and human.
Yeah.
So prime example.
I knew you would.
I couldn't not mention this. This is probably my favourite, one of my favourite Christmas ads ever. Really.
Yeah, you actually made everybody watch it.
Yeah, I made everyone in the office watch it. I've made a LinkedIn post about it. I just thought it was brilliant. I think Apple absolutely nailed this.
To be fair, I like this.
It's all handcrafted puppets. You can see, the imperfect movement of the puppets. And it's just, critters singing about friendship, and I think it absolutely nails it. It's better than any sort of, slow piano, formulaic. I didn't say it.
Other department stores are available.
Yeah. And as well, we've got some more examples of, where we can bring in that sort of naive design. So Underline have used this really playful and inviting mascot that they've called Ollie, which sets itself apart. It's actually based in America, but it really caught my eye when I saw it. It gives the brand loads of personality, and such a familiarity as well. Just makes it a lot more personable, I think.
Yeah, definitely.
Again, Little Wolf Coffee, really nice, relaxed pencil textures, and with these mascot style drawings, and it just gives them like a real, feels like a friend rather than like a sterile corporate mark. Starbucks, I really, really like this campaign. This was a close contender for second for this year for best campaigns for Christmas. So
I don't think I saw that one.
Yeah, it's really nice. It's called Drawn Together.
Mm.
So basically, it's quite an impersonal brand, Starbucks, but the one part that is really personal is when with the write on the coffee cups and things like that, write your name, or sometimes they do a little doodle. So really clever wordplay of Drawn Together, and they basically celebrate the joyful moments of human connection.
Nice.
Yeah, so even just this particular shot, I think, really stands out.
Yeah.
Because it's an out of focus logo covered by a thumb, and I think that really represents the campaign because it's highlighting that.
The focus is on the drawing, isn't it?
Exactly, yeah, and that the brand is actually taking a back seat, which is I think a really powerful message just in that one image.
Yeah.
And then of course we've got Spotify Wrapped, so that's this year.
Big one.
Yeah, huge one. They're always on trend, so if you want to figure out what the latest trend is for that year, just have a look at Spotify Wrapped, really.
Yeah. You can see it, follow it, because actually, a couple of years ago we did do very sort of patterns and
So yeah, it's a big response to AI, and it's like showing off that sort of imperfect. And again, just making it feel a little bit more human, a little bit more authentic as well.
Yeah, ace. What else we got?
So we've got, for the next one, we've got one that sort of straddles the line between AI and real, because they've used AI in sort of a really clever way.
Okay.
It's a bit of a parody on the Coca-Cola advert. Oh, sorry, it's not that one yet. It's ChatGPT. So this one did actually leapt ahead one. ChatGPT. So it really does stand out for me, the new ads. It's really clever because what they're selling is AI, but they're selling it in a very, very human way. So they're using these really human situations.
Yeah.
And even in how they've put their branding onto these images, they're framing these human interactions within AI.
Yeah. You showed me these. I did. Yeah, I really like this one.
So it almost it symbolises that sort of coexistence in AI. It's not some sort of like Skynet takeover. So I just think this is really clever of them to really pull out these human interactions rather than just saying, look how powerful our AI is, look what it can do. It's saying, look what it can do for you.
And look how you can use it in day-to-day real life. I mean, I've definitely used it for like cooking and stuff before, and planning trips, and
pretty much all of these situations I've used it for. Yeah, especially cooking. Sorry, so the next one is that parody of the Coca-Cola ad.
Okay. Break from artificial.
So really tongue-in-cheek. Sort of
three arms.
Takes the mick out of that Coca-Cola ad. And although the execution of the actual real footage, I'm not overly, enamored by it. I like what they've done. I like the idea behind it.
Zero sugar soda. It's exactly kind of
and that break from the artificial, really nice tie-in.
Yeah, I think so.
So our next theme is soft gradients. So it's a softer, quieter, but a little bit more.
You can tell we're big fans of this because it's all over this webinar and a few other things we've been doing lately.
Exactly. So it's it gives it a little bit of movement, a little bit of atmosphere to what would be quite flat colours. Yeah. It works beautifully across static and motion and interactive environments. I just think it's a really, really nice way of adding a bit of texture to design. Yeah, definitely. And it's sort of matured from what used to be only like tech startups and things like that. As you'll see in some examples in a second, it's really broke through into sort of new mediums as well. Yeah. So here's some really great examples where they've used either gradients or soft gradients. Google last year actually updated its G for the first time in I think about 10 years.
Yeah.
So they've kept all those iconic colours, but they've really softened it, and I think it's they've done that to sort of symbolise that sort of surge of AI-driven innovation. They wanted to connect it to Gemini.
Yeah, and they've done it in a really clever way, and obviously using this trend as well, it looks suddenly so much more modern.
Yeah, and I think with and
it's just such a simple change.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it is so simple, but it immediately modernises it. Like so.
Yeah.
I really like this one by Twiliner. They've just used this really nice soft gradient, as you can see in the top left, as sort of like a nod to the transition from dusk to dawn.
Yeah.
So they've used that within their branding. I think it looks really, really nice.
Yeah, I agree.
This Institute of Sustainability Studies, they use soft gradients to sort of show a like motion and things like that. They're all about like their branding is all about like clearing fog and creating focus and ripples and things like that. So I think the break from soft gradient to quite hard edges sort of creates that symbolism of focus, which I think is really, really nice.
Yeah, and it does look, and it looks lovely.
Yeah. And then Pepsi, again, have done it and used gradients in a really, really clever way. So this is their maple flavoured Pepsi, which is unfortunately only available in Canada. But they've used these gradients to sort of symbolise that maple leaf, which I think is really nice.
They have, and it looks like a spotlight on it as well.
Yeah, so really highlights the can as well.
Yeah, they've done it really cleverly.
So it's really clever. And then another way it's been used really clever is this company here called Penhaligon. So they used it in some of their packaging, and it's to symbolise how concentrated the perfume is.
Oh,
so if it's Eau de Parfum or Eau de Toilette, they use a different
gradient. Oh, that's really clever.
Really clever.
Yeah.
So you instantly know which is which.
Yeah. Oh, that's really clever way of using it. That packaging's really nice too.
And another great example of this is the Milan Winter Games. They've used it as their visual system. So they basically want to create these lovely visuals and make it look like they're moving. They want to create all this motion around it using those gradients. And they really want to show that energy of the games. Yeah,
definitely. And you can, they're really nice, aren't they?
Yeah,
they're all like the palette really.
A lovely fluidity about them. And these ones on the top right, they've got, I think, probably about 20 different ones there to represent different emotions. And I think they really beautifully capture those emotions.
Yeah, it's just a thought of like, and it's so simple. It's just a thought of like colour and movement, but that's what it is, isn't it? It's the Olympics. It is about movement. So this is a perfect trend for them to utilise.
Exactly, yeah. And then where we've actually used it in some of our most recent work.
Example.
So this is one of our most recent, would you say, releases?
Yeah, this is this is a client that joined us sort of the end of 2025. They are a rope access company, and we've been working with them on their new brand and website, which got released earlier this month, so brand new for 2026.
Yeah, so we sort of we wanted to use gradients in this to show that motion, suggesting height and depth, and which is associated with their work. This overcast and ocean, I wanted to sort of represent the work they do at height, but also so that's with overcast representing sky, but also the work they do around like the coastline and around water and things like that. So that's what's represented in ocean, and we've used that sort of in statics, but also in animation as well. So it brings that really nice bit of motion to what again would be quite a flat piece.
Yeah, definitely.
And I'll show you how we've done that here. So there's really subtle movements in the background here.
Yeah. Yeah, I like that everything sort of like comes together and moves and.
And again, it's actually a really nice example of great uses of AI as well. So within this brand video, there was some images that I just thought, you know what, wouldn't it be great if there was a bit of movement? This one, exact one included some of these as well. They were all static images, and I thought, wouldn't it be nice to just have that
and just have that movement on there and really show off what they do, because it's incredible. They're hanging off some really, really tall buildings, which is terrifying, and bridges and offshore things. And obviously their tagline is reach the impossible, and we really wanted a way to visually show that, didn't we? So yeah, good example of it. That's everything we have for you today. So thank you so much for joining us. Any questions, as usual, please just give us a shout in the comments. The Entice team are there right now, I believe, to answer anything, or as always, just drop us a message on our contact page. But yeah, thanks for joining us. Thanks. Bye-bye. Bye.